Hey guys, what's up? Brent Kalmer from Blue Water VST. Thanks for joining me today for this tutorial. We're going to take a look at kind of an unusual use for one of REAKTOR's ensembles, and I think you're really going to like the result. In brief, what we're going to do is take Space Drone, which is REAKTOR's Uber noise generator / atmosphere and pad generator. We're going to add some harmonic content to it, and then we're going to use it as a sidechain pad of the type that you're likely to hear in house or techno or trance or something like that. So let's get started here. I'm going to load REAKTOR, and we will locate Space Drone. This is an empty Ableton Live track, by the way. So now we have REAKTOR loaded, and Space Drone can be located under the factory content, new additions, sound generators, and it's the second one down here, Space Drone. Now, one thing about this is that once you load Space Drone, it will just start producing sound. It's not waiting for you to press any keys or anything like that. And then you can manipulate the parameters, but basically it does its own thing. It takes a few seconds to build up the sound. But once it gets going, I think I might have that track turned off. I do have that track turned off. I'm going to turn this on. And now you hear it's a very big, out there, a spacey sound, you might say, and kind of falls into the category of, boy, this is really cool, what do I do with it? We're going to do something with it, and as I said, I think you'll like the result. So, just a quick stroll through these snapshots reveals. Again, really out there. Sometimes emulations of nature, sometimes just kind of bizarre, somewhat sinister sounds. Let's go back to Polar Wind, which was the first one. And I want to stay there. I'm also, now that we have this located, I'm going to press this magnifying glass to give us a more compact view of this. And now we have just the A panel. Actually, there's a B panel as well here, which is a reverb unit. We'll leave that on. You can switch between these two. And now I am going to add the harmonic content, which is done courtesy of Ableton Live's Resonators. Now, Resonators, as you may or may not know, add harmonic content to things that aren't traditionally harmonic or have no timbre, such as drums. Or you can add them to things that already have harmonic content and make it even more out there. So let's find Resonators are under audio effects down here. Now I know from experience that I really like this this Paris preset, so I'm going to drag this in, and right when I do, you'll hear the character of the sound will change immediately. So now we've gone from this kind of desolate, haunting sound to this almost ethereal, uplifting, heavenly sound, courtesy of Resonators. And one thing I like to do here is, at the beginning of the Resonators panel, there is a filter bank. This is set to a high-pass filter. I'm going to select a bandpass just so we can listen to that. Absolutely stunning. I'm going to select down here about 743 Hertz. And what you'll find that once I shut up is that this will continue to change. The character of the sound continues to change. It's not one of these boring pads that you feel like you're listening to the same thing over and over. But now that we have this sound, let's add some rhythmic interest. We have this nice, beautiful sound. We want to add some kind of rhythmic drive to it. And the way we're going to do that is, you guessed it, by adding sidechain compression. To do that, I'm going to come back over to Ableton Live's device browser, come over here to drum racks, and I just want a kick drum. I'm not creating a whole kit here, so I'm going to double click on this Kick 808 Classic, and of course I screwed up by loading it into the track that already had REAKTOR on it, so I'll undo that. Hopefully this will start over. Will it? There it goes. Sorry guys. I'm going to drag this into an empty space here, and now we have our drum rack. I'm going to draw in, or paint in, or however you like, a very simple 4/4 pattern. Get this going. I like even that. I gotta tell you, I like the out there stuff, the dreamy stuff. Even that to me sounds pretty cool. We're gonna go a step further though and add some compression to this so that we have the rhythmic effect on the pad. Come back over to Ableton Live's device browser. We'll go down to Audio Effects and select the Compressor. and we're going to drag that onto our reactor track that has now Space Drone and Resonators. Once we drag it in, we'll see that it's getting the signal from the pad, but there's no gain reduction happening. And what we want to do is, in fact, tell the compressor to receive this signal from the kick. Essentially, what we're telling the compressor to do is that every time it hears a kick drum to stop working, and what that does is create a space in the pad sound for the kick drum and this nice pumping effect. So the way we do that, we'll click this downward facing arrow, which will expand the sidechain panel. Click on sidechain. Click on Kick 808 Classic, and now you see that it's registering the signal from the kick drum, but it's not actually compressing it. It's not actually creating that pumping effect we want. So now I'm going to solo this. Now you hear the pad, and as I pull down this threshold, you'll hear the pumping effect come in. And this attack you can increase, create a slightly more subtle effect. If you bring down this attack really to almost zero, it will produce kind of this clippy, kind of clipping effect, which can be cool. I like to add a little more subtlety up in here, I don't know. Up here somewhere. God, that's beautiful. Is that just me? I think this is fantastic. In any case, that's the tip for today, guys. I think you can really go nuts with this. The other thing you can do is, if you're adventurous, you can automate changes to the resonators and essentially automate a chord progression from this sound. Sky's the limit. I hope this has been helpful and interesting to you, or just got you thinking in a new way of using Reaktor. And I'll be back at you real soon with another video. Take care, guys. See ya.